Our community is a great place to live, but it's truly the people and the programs that really make the difference. As our community grows, it is vital that our community support continues to grow with these nonprofits and provide the resources that are needed for the continued growth in our Treasure Valley. I heard about Boise Vertical Farms through a friend who orders produce from them on a weekly basis. I learned of the produce that's available, and then I learned of the mission and their drive and that they're a ground roots organization, and I felt that that was something that I could really get behind and help support. Boise Vertical Farms is a great example of a new nonprofit growing within our community. The growth that we have here in the Treasure Valley really demands that our nonprofits and our charities continue to grow with it to meet that demand.
Boise Vertical Farm is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based here in Boise, Idaho, and we're aiming to help people in recovery learn job skills and find a second chance through growing mushrooms and microgreens here at our greenhouse.
Boise Vertical Farm farms produce for the purpose of selling to local restaurants as well as individuals, and through that is able to employ individuals in recovery for them to find skill sets in order to become productive, long-term employed individuals in the Boise community.
Boise Vertical Farm is an opportunity for those in recovery to regain a quality of life that can often be inhibited after recovery. It helps them find ways to rebuild self-esteem and skills that can help them move into permanent employment positions.
Our programs focus on skills development as well as personal development. So we can take very tangible things that we're doing here with respect to growing. I know some people think, well, farming, that's not very translatable to other businesses, but it really is. It's a full business, so all of those aspects, you can translate that into most any business that you go to work in. It's developing their confidence within themselves. Then we'll be able to say, yeah, we've watched this person, here's the things that they've been able to do. They've been very good at, the following tasks, and they're reliable. And, we're able to be a reference and a resource for them.
I'm a recovering addict. I have been clean for 10 years. I found that once I decided to get off the merry-go-round, I call it the merry-go-round of the cycle of addiction, that I was unemployable. And upon getting clean, your life changes completely. The best part of Boise Vertical Farm for me is it keeps me clean. It keeps me away from relapsing and getting back into drugs again, because I have a purpose. We employ people who are in recovery. We give them a chance to become gainfully employed and get back into society and get back their life and start over again.
The success stories for Boise Vertical Farm are just getting up and running, taking this from an idea, a meeting in the Boise Library almost a year ago, to now having this space, having microgreens going out the door to some local restaurants, getting our feet on the ground, getting our designation from the IRS. And so our successes are more startup focused than actually facilitating our mission, but we have to start somewhere, and I'm really confident that the start that we have is going to take us to where we want to go.
Although we're in our infancy, we've also made great strides in actually moving Boise Vertical Farms from its design into a very functional greenhouse that is now getting to a point where we're able to provide services for the community as well as for people in recovery.
In the time that I've been supporting Boise Vertical Farm over the last year, I think one of the most exciting opportunities and successes that the farm has had was the coming together and building a strategy, a clear vision, and a very strong commitment by the board and members of the community to see this be successful. It was great to be a part of that, but to see the products of it have been more exciting.
Once we're set up, one will go about receiving assistance from Boise Vertical Farm in a variety of ways. We're partnered with 2 local recovery centers, and so if they're working clients of those recovery centers, then it's not necessarily going to be mandatory that they come here, but it will be an option that they have. But we're hoping that through awareness and the growth that we're anticipating, that we will have a significant reputation within the community so that people who may not be in one of these programs can know where to find us and know where to come if they are looking for the services that we offer. Boise Vertical Farm strengthens our community in a lot of ways. A lot of the issues facing our nation and even our community have kind of been forgotten, and one of those issues is recovery and addiction. So I think now more than ever, the need for an organization like Boise Vertical Farm is really at its peak.
One statistic I saw from the NIH, National Institute of Health, that in recovery, for every dollar spent on recovery, returns $12 to the community.
Community is kind of an interesting concept, right? There's everything from little communities to our greater Treasure Valley community to our state. And that's partially why in our design of our logo we have these rings. We have these water drops of rings. And that's to demonstrate that while there might be an individual at the center of, again, this problem of abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, etc., they're trying to recover, but both their success or their failure has a ripple effect on their family. That's the first ring. Right outside of them is their family and friends. Beyond that is our larger community, because it does affect all of us. And when one of us is not successful, it damages that ability of the positive side of that ripple effect to occur. So if I'm healthy and employed and engaged, then I contribute that to my family, makes them stronger and happier and vibrant, and likewise to the community. Same thing. That economic flow, that ability to contribute to everybody and our wellness and our happiness as kind of a group of people, that all flows. And so it can flow in a positive way or it can flow in a negative way. So I think there's numerous ways that we contribute to the community when we help an individual, and that individual is able to spread out their wealth of health to the rest of us.
The current state of Boise Vertical Farms is that we've made some inroads and successes in terms of obtaining a greenhouse from a gentleman that's provided the space. However, our needs right now in terms of operational and growing capacity have reached a point where we need to fully remodel the facility. We need to obtain a fully operational mushroom growing facility, and so our need is mostly financial right now. We have an opportunity to receive grants as a 501c3 nonprofit, and we're certainly pursuing that. But we would also encourage individuals that have had any kind of issues with addiction and recovery in their background or in their families to also support Boise Vertical Farms through local donations and personal donations, as any and all the money that we use will go towards refurbishing the greenhouse, getting it fully operational, and then we can move into employing individuals in recovery and proceeding to our next goal, and that is helping folks in recovery. We
have a long road ahead of us because the timing of our founding was unpredictably bad because of COVID-19. We have struggled to find donors, but we think that through things like this and other forms of outreach and awareness to the organization, that we really can continue to grow and get our name out there and show the community how valuable this is going to be once we are up and running. But we do have a long road ahead of us. One of the ways you can get involved in helping Boise Vertical Farms is to go to facebook.com and search Boise Vertical Farm and like our page. We also have a website, boiseverticalfarm.com, where you can learn more and sign up to receive updates via email, or you can reach out to us via email at boiseverticalfarm@gmail.com and ask us how you can help.
I would encourage the Boise community to reach into their hearts and actually donate to our cause and to help folks in recovery, as well as to enjoy some of the microgreens that we've been producing. Go to the website, boiseverticalfarms.com, and find out how you can help.